History is often a story told by the victors. It's, a narrative smoothed over, with uncomfortable truths filed away. We think we know the story of nations. The heroes, the villains. But what if a nation's story has a chapter torn out? A chapter about a leader whose very existence challenges the story that nation tells about itself? Imagine a president, a founding father of a great republic, nearly erased from the collective memory, not for his failures but for the color of his skin. This is the story of Mexico and its second president, Vicente Guerrero. To understand Vicente Guerrero, we must first understand the world that forged him. Early 19th century New Spain was not a single unified society. This grip was maintained by the casta system. It defined a person's worth based on their bloodline. Peninsulares, Criollos, indigenous peoples, mestizos, Afro-Mexicans. This was the world Vicente Guerrero was born into, a world designed to keep him down. But some fires cannot be extinguished. Guerrero's story is a testament to the human spirit's refusal to be defined by prejudice. He rose from obscurity, from a background the ruling class deemed inferior. He became a military genius, a statesman. Vicente Guerrero was born in 1782, in a small town called Tixtla, in what is now the state of Guerrero. His family was of humble origins. His father, Pedro Guerrero, was a mestizo. His mother, Guadalupe Saldana, was of African descent. He was an Afro-Mexican, a Pardo. He started life as a mule driver, an arriero. He traveled the rugged mountains of southern Mexico and dense jungles. He learned the land intimately. He knew every path, every hidden valley, every river crossing. He learned to deal with people from all walks of life. He built networks of trust among rural villagers and indigenous communities. He was strong, resourceful, and charismatic. He had a natural intelligence denied by formal schools. These were leadership qualities forged by hardship. When the Grito de Dolores rang in 1810, Guerrero was nearly 30. Early insurgent leaders included Criollo priests like Miguel Hidalgo and officers like Ignacio Allende. Thousands from the lower classes soon joined. He joined the rebellion early, enlisting under José María Morelos. Under Morelos, his rise was meteoric, not a trained officer, but a natural guerrilla. He used terrain to outwit larger Spanish forces. He was known for incredible bravery, and for inspiring fierce loyalty. After the capture and execution of José María Morelos in 1815, the independence movement fell into disarray. The Spanish royalist forces, confident and reorganized, launched a brutal counterinsurgency. They hunted down rebel leaders. But in the mountains of the south, Guerrero kept it alive. From his stronghold in the rugged Sierra Madre del Sur, Guerrero waged a relentless guerrilla war. His army was a motley crew of peasants, indigenous fighters, and fellow Afro-Mexicans. Guerrero's strategy was one of attrition. He led daring raids, ambushed supply convoys, and then melted back into the mountains his enemies could not navigate. In 1820, a liberal revolution in Spain shifted politics. The Criollo elites feared change. Their leader, Agustín de Iturbide, who had once been Guerrero's ruthless opponent, changed allegiance. He sought an alliance with the very man he had been trying to kill. Their combined forces, the Army of the Three Guarantees, marched into Mexico City. On September 27, 1821, they entered the capital in triumph. Iturbide quickly maneuvered to have himself declared Emperor of Mexico. Guerrero, a staunch Republican, was pushed to the side. When Mexico became a republic in 1824, elites chose Guadalupe Victoria as president. Guerrero accepted the outcome patiently, continuing to serve in the military. The presidential election of 1828 was fiercely contested. The conservative candidate, Manuel Gómez Pedraza, was declared the winner under highly dubious circumstances. The popular vote, however, had overwhelmingly favored Guerrero. His supporters were outraged. Uprisings broke out across the country. Fearing civil war, the Mexican Congress annulled the results and, in 1829, named Vicente Guerrero president. An Afro-Mexican mule driver had reached the nation's highest office. His most significant and enduring act as president came on September 16, 1829. On the anniversary of the Grito de Dolores, Guerrero issued a decree that formally abolished slavery throughout the Republic of Mexico. With the stroke of a pen, Guerrero, a man of African descent, freed the last remaining enslaved people in his country. This act placed Mexico decades ahead of the United States on the path to abolition. In 1829, Spain, refusing to recognize Mexico's independence, launched an invasion force that landed at Tampico. Guerrero requested permission to command the army. He left Mexico City and returned to the battlefield, where he felt most at home. His vice president, Anastasio Bustamante, began conspiring against him almost immediately. Using Guerrero's absence as pretext, Bustamante seized power in a coup d'état. When Guerrero returned, he found he had been deposed. The hero of the Republic was now declared an outlaw by the government he had fought to create and save. In 1831, a Genoese ship captain named Francisco Picaluga, bribed by Bustamante's government with 50,000 pesos, invited Guerrero aboard under false pretenses. Once on board, Guerrero was seized, handed over to the Federal Army, subjected to a sham military trial, and on February 14, 1831, he was executed by a firing squad. For decades after his death, Guerrero's legacy was systematically suppressed. Conservative historians painted him as an uneducated, illegitimate ruler and emphasized his race as a disqualifying factor. The truth could not be buried forever. The common people never forgot Guerrero. He lived on in folk songs and legends as a champion of the oppressed. As Mexico's politics shifted, liberal historians began reclaiming his memory. The state where he fought and died was renamed Guerrero. His phrase, "La patria es primero," became a national motto. Yet today his full story is still not widely known. His Afro-Mexican identity is often downplayed or ignored in classrooms and monuments.